A few years ago, Antiperspirants earned a terrible reputation following emails and web stories that linked it to severe health problems like cancer and Alzheimer's disease. The argument was fairly simple and it gained a lot of supporters. Sweating is a natural function of the body that helps you secrete toxins. If you prevent that cleansing mechanism to its job, impurities will be trapped and accumulate and contribute to cellular changes, which in turn would lead to cancer, namely breast cancer. Considering that at least 1 out of 8 women will develop breast cancer at some point in her lifetime, you can imagine how people reacted to these claims. Of course, biology and health are rarely this simple, yet there is more to this when you dig deeper. Antiperspirants and most deodorants are made of an aluminum-based compound that temporarily plugs the sweat ducts and prevents you from perspiring. This is the source of the problem. But before we continue, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you're curious about science applied to health issues, and hit that bell icon so you receive the notifications every time we upload a new video. Most of the claims about the risks of antiperspirants relate to concerns about our body absorbing the aluminum through the skin, especially in the armpit. Let's break it down and start with the links between antiperspirants and breast cancer. Some studies realize that most breast cancers develop in the upper outer part of the breast, the area closest to the armpit, which is where antiperspirants are applied. They suggest that chemicals in antiperspirants, including aluminum, are absorbed into the skin, particularly when the skin is nicked during shaving. Then, these chemicals interfere with estrogen receptors in breast cells. However, researchers were puzzled by the fact that breast cancer tissue doesn't appear to have more aluminum than normal tissue. In fact, research on antiperspirants containing aluminum chlorohydrate demonstrated that only a very tiny amount of aluminum is absorbed, about 0.0012%. This body of evidence led the American Cancer Society to state there is no clear link between cancer and the aluminum in antiperspirant. One study published in 2002 with over 1,600 women with and without breast cancer showed no increased breast cancer rate for the women using deodorant and antiperspirants in their armpit area. These findings were replicated in another study in 2006, and later in 2016, a systematic review didn't find any links either. This last study did, however, hint at a stronger need for further research. Alzheimer's is a totally different issue because the logic was reversed. In the 60s, a few studies found high levels of aluminum in the brains of Alzheimer's patients. This led to concerns about all types of aluminum-based products, such as antiperspirants and deodorant. As we've mentioned in previous videos, Alzheimer's is a very complex disease and researchers don't have a whole picture yet regarding its causes. In fact, there was a lot of research that looked into the potential connection between Alzheimer's and aluminum. Nevertheless, there isn't compelling evidence to make the claim. Besides, even if there was, the amount of aluminum in antiperspirants that make its way into the body is neglectable. There are more effective ways to increase aluminum exposure. In 2017, a study was undertaken to detect migration of this metal to foodstuffs from drink containers, coffee pots, grill pans, and camping cookware made of aluminum. It concluded that in some cases, the tolerable weekly intake was significantly exceeded. This means that if you're worried about aluminum toxicity, antiperspirants shouldn't be your main concern. Bottom line, currently, there isn't enough evidence to suggest we should worry or stop using antiperspirants or deodorants. You are right to be aware of the ingredients of the products you consume, and if you're not satisfied, know that there are more natural, aluminum-free options.
Please note this video is our interpretation of scientific papers. It is merely informative and doesn't constitute any form of advice. If you have any health issues or concerns, please contact your physician or licensed health professional.